So this is the aforementioned second video. I will not bother with the details, but those 12 games are so far the most toxic experience I've had since my return. Don't get me wrong, I was toxic as well once upon a time, but nowadays toxicity is just childish. It's dumb, it's senseless. Hell, the insults aren't even original. The usual summer zodiac sign, climbing gear, uninstall the game, and so forth. Speaking of childish, my continent is on the verge of widespread conflict, and we're here beefing and getting heated over pixels. Yeah, how's that for an existential thought? Brolaf takes the jungle. I'll keep it short and sweet. We had an Alistar mid lane and a Zoe support, and despite the int from the enemy Sylas and the early first blood, the mid lane was severely one-sided. I snag a kill here, but let's be honest. What is an Alistar gonna do in a 2v2 against Naafiri Sylas? Flame, that's what. Our Zoe was not hitting her key skill shots either, which put the bot lane behind, and my delayed gank further puts them behind. I trade the dragon in favor of the Void Grubs, but Sylas jumps in and yoinks one of them at the last moment. We lose the ensuing fight, and the objective. The Sylas quickly got out of control and I couldn't match him. My AD carry Nyla gets a couple of easy picks, which at least gives her some gold, but I cannot do any master objectives due to the very hurtful Naafiri. The few kills we get are mostly for stats, with no real impact on the game. Alistar's brain exploded early, Nyla and Zoe were at each other's throats, and top lane Nasus was kind of just sitting and watching it all burn. But he still had the gumption to talk smack. Enemy gets the Baron off of that, and the Dragon Soul. Needless to say, we chalked this up as an L. Lucian in the bot lane up next. My support Nami is Korean, so we're super aggressive early. Stupidly aggressive. I get a kill on the engaging enemy Poppy, but die soon after to the enemy jungler's gank. On the return, Nami does questionable activities yet again, and I give chase for the kill. Sadly, I experienced my mouse cable getting tangled. This IRL accident is enough to send the Korean spiraling. What a fucking poser. Korean support main that plays Nami and Yuumi. Thankfully, our jungler Trundle knows his stuff despite being indoctrinated by the Nami into toxicity. Given my support has abandoned me, I have to take the bullying from the enemy bot lane. Trundle plays around the objectives and I commit my life for the top lane tier 2 coin bag. Despite it all, Trundle plays around me one time with the Herald and we score 2 towers bot lane, then take the Atakan. The troll is uber fed. So we get around getting the monster objectives. Empowered by Baron, I partake in this really weird mid lane fight where my mid laner Mel goes ham for kill after kill, all while the top laner Kayn takes the enemy top lane inhibitor. Thanks to them and the troll, we get a win in spite of the bot lane performance. Tristana feels the need for AD carries in the next match. Our level 2 is much stronger and we commit for a kill which Pike 6 Knights secures. We see the enemy jungler Diana sneak into the bush and bait the engage, causing her to fall. Pike lands another hook and we take down the enemy Xayah as well. That fighting nets me enough gold to have item advantage and be able to solo kill my opponent, then kill them again thanks to a Pike flank. Moving into river, I snag another kill on the Diana and set to take dragon. Diana takes the Void Grabs as soon as she's able. Pike dies in the 2v2, but I managed to get the Xayah trade. From there, I'm always ahead and always able to take her down 1v1. While the enemy does dragon, I take the mid turret, then move to help my team at Herald. The enemy mid laner Victor overextends and the kill is in the bag. Pike's bag. The continued fight nets us 2 kills. Despite the pressure in Killbot, Diana takes the dragon, but we muscle the Atakan for ourselves. Sadly, I overcommit and die, which gives enough space for us to lose the mid lane inhibitor. During the big fight at our blue, we take down several enemy players, but fail to capitalize on any map objective. Diana doesn't, as she takes the next dragon. Darius is gigantic and he keeps us from contesting the Baron. Even if we take him down, the enemy team is coming and I end up dying to wolves. Our top laner Yasuo keeps yapping constantly and I call him out on his shit performance. While I do that, here's how fed the Darius is. Despite my own lead, Xayah has come back in force, and she ends up getting the win in the end. Shake my head. Snoop Dogg top lane. We invade and catch the enemy Yunara. I start W to ensure we kill, putting myself behind. Thankfully my jungler Shaco comes to help and allows me to score a very early kill. The enemy jungler Mordekaiser sort of does the same when I try to crash the wave. Shaco aids me yet again and I take down my opponent Yorick in a nail biter. We secure Void Grubs, but die to yet another gank, not before burning a couple of flashes. Shaco takes the cross-map dragon in return. My mid laner Akali is fed enough as it is, but we give her 2 more kills. The equally fed Samira takes first tower as me and Shaco take the Herald. As soon as Yorick finishes his Serilda's Grudge, I start to struggle, but join my team for Atakan. My deaths are met with some flame from my pike, but I'm Nasus. I don't care, I just stack. Soon I see the fruits of my farmer life and beat the Yorick 1v1. One Baron later I become a menace for towers. I just have to stay alive and let my team get Dragon Soul. And another Baron. I go side lane and continue to be a menace. 3 Qs for both tower and inhibitor. Farm so well I had 1,000 stacks. The flash is just to instill fear. It's the AD carry life. The safe carry Xayah is my next pick. The enemy Lucian runs into us level 1 for the first blood, then gets baited by his own support Maokai into dashing in for the kill, getting barrier baited and dying alongside his support and his jungler Zed. Despite his greatest efforts, I'm slowly taking a lead and can choose to walk away, letting my jungler Viego finish the job. By the third gank, the poor boy gives up completely. Viego takes the dragon and Lucian gets owned again, with Thresh securing the kill. Every 3v3 fight taking place afterwards we win thanks to item advantage. Lucian gets picked off another time, then I die to him during the dragon fight due to poor map awareness. Ultimately, it doesn't matter with Viego taking both dragon and herald. Whilst Viego is cleaning house off to the side of the screen, I run the herald into the tower, then have the enemy top laner Singed sit on me and gas me to death. We're too far ahead to care, scoring 3 kills in river and taking down Atakan, with the dragon following soon after. Minutes later, I suffer another gassing, but at least flash for the Maokai kill before falling. I root the mid laner Hui and give my team a great window to take kills and the Baron Nashor. From there, we take a couple of kills, lose Dragon Soul to the Zed, and push to finish the game. Taking Gnar in the top lane. Or rather, I'm queued top lane but communicate with my mid laner Malzahar for favorable matchups and move on to the mid lane. The enemy mid laner Xin Zhao walks into the death bush and does the deathing. He's a greedy bastard, but so am I, giving him a kill minutes later. But it's just for show. He does not have the strength to fight me. My jungler Lee Sin takes a kill for himself as well. Then, when the enemy jungler Soraka comes, we commit. Lee dies, but I get the close call kill. At this point, Xin is too far behind. Lee's presence is just for safety, but as you can see, it's not needed. We catch the Soraka doing psycho shit, and I leave the kill to my AD carry Jhin. Lee takes the grubs, and we commit to a fight around the dragon, which goes mildly in our favor. Lee gets the dragon. Then we move together top, searching for the Soraka, but finding the enemy top laner Cho'Gath instead. I decide to shift my focus from the enemy Xin onto the Void creature, and take him down once with the help of Malzahar, and once alone. Lee takes the dragon and the Xin. Then I overcommit and die. Thankfully, Soraka takes the 700 gold shutdown. The enemy team takes Herald, and I get chased and killed by their support and top laner. I single out the Soraka and take her down, then take the Rammus and the Xin Zhao down in the extended fight, securing the dragon afterwards. Team takes Atakan and soon enough the Baron as well, using the buff to end the game. Swaying of the support variety into what is allegedly a booster LeBlanc support. Now we don't start smoothly as I get absolutely evaporated, and I make a really poor roam mid lane which results into 2 deaths. 3 if we count the jungle Zed. The enemy bot lane is talking trash, but we put them in their place thanks to their greed. So our Zed is griefing, but he thinks it's our mid laner Ziggs's fault. They type and type, but this play speaks for itself. When we see LeBlanc roaming, I'm determined to not let the Jhin walk back into lane.
I'll get to come back into lane.
The Sett walks in the lane instead. Aphelios takes the first tower, and the enemy Jarvan takes the Void Grubs. The Sett was having a horrible time top lane, and he receives the same treatment in bot lane.
I don't particularly care.
The Ziggs is receiving the same treatment from the enemy Anivia, but that's partly my fault. I'm starting to ramp up and manage to push the enemies away, as well as contribute to taking down the enemy bot lane a little later. Hopefully the Zed will shut up now with this kill. I give chase to the LeBlanc after she molested my AD carry, then turn to spite the Zed and killsteal. Anivia makes me pay though, fucking froggin'. I won't bother to say that we have no jungle presence, no objectives for us. Moving on, we lose the bot lane inhibitor and are en route to losing the mid lane one as well. Zed bro, what are you doing? When trying to stop the Baron, the Sett decides he wants me in Fountain. Aphelios and Darius are doing some work, but we're too far behind to win the fight.
No, he missed.
We do manage to stop the Baron for a time, but to no avail.
Oh, no, he does that.
Ziggs gets the Jhin kill and nearly steals Baron.
Close. We shouldn't rush it. Oh.
Maybe the Aphelios can be imploded. I'm playing Yasuo top. Oh boy, this oughta be good. Great start. God damn, bro. The fact that he just gets Sheen and then just like starts clapping me down, like what? I am not a Yasuo prodigy by any means, but goddamn, I feel like the enemy team targeted me a little bit. I might have to flash. Oh. My inaptitude gives up the Void Grubs, but Diana still controls the dragons. We take some questionable fights, leaving the topside objectives to the enemy.
I think it's still winnable. I just need to get my shit. Besides, we have like tons of dragons.
The enemy top laner Gangplank is doing infinitely better than me, and I was providing the Yasuo experience. My confidence starts rising as soon as I score a couple of kills, and I teleport into the Baron pit to disrupt the worm taking. My team is taking Dragon Soul in the meantime that I fell in my endeavor.
312. Very solid.
Nonetheless, we're pulling off some fights and start gaining momentum.
Oh my god.
Right as the enemy takes Elder Dragon. Our defense is stalwart and we repel the enemy despite losing all towers and the Baron right after.
Alright, we're gonna do it.
We get a really good team fight and we score some kills, barreling down mid. The call is to end the game, but after taking inhibitor, we decide to pull out.
We have to. Okay, well.
I get caught like a moron in the enemy jungle and we lose a second Elder Dragon. This loss is entirely on me and I'm happy to put Yasuo behind me. I hope to redeem myself on Rel the next game. The early commitment catches the enemy Bard and my Ashe secures the kill.
Nice.
I do my best to damage the enemy Misfortune and despite Ashe dying, I take the trade, falling to the enemy jungler Jax. With our own jungler Twitch showing, we take another kill, then go for the dragon, evacuating as soon as possible. Jax catches me again. I run cross map for the Void Grub fight, and despite us losing the objective, I help the Orianna get 2 vital kills. Back in bot lane, we spot the Misfortune not paying attention and give her a fast back. Nice summoners. Soon after, the enemy collapses and catches us, getting first the Twitch, then me, and then the Ashe. Drake follows. Our own Avengers assemble for the gank, and we take down 3 without losing a single one. We catch the Misfortune again a bit later. I peel for my carries in the mid fight and save the Orianna with my locket. Despite losing my life, we are winning the extended fight, and even if the Twitch dies, we take Dragon for ourselves. That's not how you portal, Mr. Bard. Trust me, I know. Around the Atakan, I keep the Jax away as long as I can. We get the objective and a couple of kills before chasing the escaping Misfortune. Catch after catch in the mid lane, we take down towers and enemies, making it all the way to the enemy inhibitor.
Finish that. Finish!
Sadly, we lose the dragon but score a 3-for-1, losing our jungler but going for the Baron anyway. Much later, I move the Jax out of the Ashe Arrow but kill 2 in exchange for our Twitch. We get a repeat of the same fight, this time without the Twitch around, and score an ace for 2 after taking down Dragon, allowing us to run mid and end the game. Come for Jarvan the next game, full try hard. The top lane gank results in nothing more than traded flashes, then snagging the Dragon cross map. The bot lane gank is messy, but eventually 2 kills are fed to my AD carry Kog'Maw, but I lose the Void Grubs. Another bot lane gank later, I leave the Annie kill to the Kog'Maw passive, and I'm looking for the outplay on the Ezreal Pike. Grandpa reflexes betray me yet again. I could have stolen this dragon if I played it better, but I have to settle for the Lee Sin kill. Later, I find him trying to steal my blue and showing some Jarvan mechanics. While fighting and flirting with the Mordekaiser, the mid laner Annie shows up and I run for the hills, taking the kill on the greedy child under tower. I find the Lee again trying to take Rift Herald. With the supports arriving, my Shaco takes 1 and I take the Pike kill. Then the Herald. In a skirmish around Dragon, I'm taken to Brazil by Mordekaiser. Once returning from the holiday, I die, but Lux flashes for the trade kill. I have the time to make it back and fight again, helping kill the Pike, then kill the Ezreal, helping with the Lee, then finally with the Mordekaiser. I leave Dragon to the Nasus, which is risky, but pays off. I misplay when trying to kill the Annie while playing for Atakan, but return to take her down right after respawning.
This might... I missed it.
Even though we get several kills in return, losing those objectives are starting to cost us. I suicide into the Dragon Pit to steal the objective, but the enemy team is okay with it as it gives them an uncontested Baron. We lose the mid inhibitor and try to fight bot, losing that fight too, as well as the bot inhibitor.
So I'm gonna lose because of those guys.
Okay, the gloves are off. Gotta redeem my Lucian performance. I grief to level 1 because of limited vision on my part, but get the enemy Renata thanks to a gank from our release. The dragon fight goes horribly, mostly because I had thought the mid laner Vex returned to lane after her failed gank. The enemy Briar takes the dragon, but Elise trades the void grabs. You know you're a Lucian main when you score kills with your double. Then this happens. Renata oversteps and dies, with the Briar self-taunt betraying her as well. Myself and my mid laner Ryze chase for the enemy Ashe as Elise takes down Dragon, but we are collapsed by the Vex. Ryze dies, but I avenge the EQ man. We commit for the first tower in bot lane. Then Renata finds herself in no man's land yet again. Couple of flashes later she dies for her sins. The mid lane rotation catches the Briar off guard, as well as having the top laner Olaf overextend. The kills give us Rift Herald, which is used immediately for the mid-siege. Selling my Doran's Blade gives me a huge 2-item spike, and we make short work of both enemies and towers. The enemy team has no answer for me, especially when Nami is by my side. Renata vanishes. Blink and you'll miss it. We get the Olaf 2, the Dragon, and the Atakan. We greedily overextend and die in a 2v5 top lane, but are strong enough to take the inhibitor anyway and move for Baron and the Dragon uncontested. All is left is taking a few things and finishing the game. This last game on Pantheon was my tipping point. I invade enough to disrupt the Shaco and get chased by the enemy Soraka on the way out. My mid laner Fizz sits and watches, more on him later, and with the Soraka going too far ahead and my bot lane coming, she flashes out. We don't commit fully, and not only I die, but put us heavily behind at level 1. I arrive top lane in the wake of my Darius dying and misjudge my strength, falling to the set. Darius's mental goes boom right here. We play the bot lane fight a little fucky, and the Shaco takes his time to do void grubs and my topside jungle. In response, I take the dragon and his bot side jungle. Now, I just want you to watch this interaction. Trying to help the Darius results in a double kill for the enemy set and further booming from the Darius. I spoon feed my Fizz one trick, a poor one trick at that, but lose the dragon right after his death. The bot lane collapse looks nice and my carries get 2 kills, but I sadly get collapsed in turn at Rift Herald, losing the objective. The set hurts like crazy, nearly one-shotting my Lulu. As Fizz takes care of the Soraka, we give chase to the enemy mid laner Twisted Fate. Nobody knows what's this guy's problem. We lose the Atakan as we make away from the fight. Yeah, that guy dares the flame. Okay, so, set flashes, Stridebreaker, ults the Ashe. As I save her and she escapes, TF comes in with ult, so she runs the opposite way. She gets ignited and dies. We kill the set despite me stunning a minion. What do you think the Fizz does? Yeah, that guy is flaming. Darius is still pushing while we lose our bot lane inhibitor. Fizz is now AFK. I don't care, I'll take this challenge on. Yeah, he's still at it. By now we knew he's chat restricted, and he even added me after the game for some good old zodiac sign camping gear discussions. Yet I still leave him the kills. The Dragon Soul steal doesn't go as incredibly as the Baron one, and sadly neither does the next Baron steal attempt. This game was rough, and I'm glad I'm stepping away. Now at this point of the video I had a whole PSA, here's the toxic players segment where I warn you all about Korean, Fizz and others. But I'm 30. Frankly, kids will be kids. We finished the tilter of a session with 6 wins and 6 losses, breaking even and bringing the total to 45 wins and 33 losses. We say our farewells to Olaf, Tristana, Swain, Yasuo, Jarvan once more, and Pantheon. In terms of rank, I made absolutely no progress, save a trip or two to Gold 2, then return to Gold 1. This time I will say well played, but it was not a good game. Nonewhere, so I'm out. See you in October.